So you guys are 11-0, Braxton. Up next, the team up north. And so this is Urban's first rivalry game with the team up north. What did you notice different about him, about the staff, about the buildup to that game, and let's say a week out before kickoff?
It better be football first, I'll tell you that. You know, it got to make its mark, man. So it's the week that was leading up to that, you know, I think we was preparing for that last game. You know, it's a simple fact that, you know, when you're a head coach and you playing against a rival of team up north, and you know, you go in there and you don't win, it don't even matter what the other 11 games look like, you know. So it's pretty much do or die, you know. So we knew it was at stake, and the seniors knew it was at stake, and I knew what it was. And that's probably one of the coldest rival games I played in since I was at Ohio State. Zach Bourne, he turned into somebody that he was not the whole year in the last game. And that's why, you know, he's doing well in business right now, because my hat's off to him for showing up and doing his thing that game. But leading up to that point, it was do or die for sure.
Coach, at what point did you start thinking about the team up north? Was that the day you got hired? Was that midway through the campaign? Was that a week out? When did you start setting into place how you and your staff were going to handle the build up to that game?
Probably when I was 6 years old. You know, when I grew up in the great state of Ohio, and a guy named Bo Schembechler was at the team up north, and Woody Hayes, and I lived it. I lived it even when I was coaching other places. I was always check that score. When I was going to go to Ohio State, I mean, that's one you can't lose. That's one that I really believe all 11 don't matter until if you lose that game. And people look at me like I'm nuts. I'm like, that's fine. I lived it. And I really believe that. Our players believe that. We work that game every day. That's not a big game or a big week. That's every day we work on that game. And so I gave a lot of thought how to handle it. You know, you got to make sure you don't over prepare them. You don't because I mean, there's a lot of pressure on those players now. I mean, that's the most watched game every year in college football. Millions and millions. Fox has it. So we see it every year. And so there's a fine line about build up and preparation. And these guys would tell you the term that we used all the time is the most prepared team will win that game. So it was all about work mode that week.
26-21, and the big thing is you shut out Michigan in the second half. You only got 2 field goals, and Braxton, you guys elected to go for a field goal there late, which still left the door open for Michigan to steal it with a touchdown there in the late stages of that one. What were your big takeaways from the waning moments of that matchup?
I didn't think that we was going to lose at all, because I told you, Zach Bourne, he was making sure they wasn't crossing that 50-yard line. I'll tell you that right now. I can sit down and sip on some water, and I knew we was going to win, you know, because everybody is dialed in, and they didn't want to leave the stadium, you know, because, like, plus you're playing at home too, so it's kind of tough when you lose. And, you know, it's the rival game as well too. That was my first experience playing against a rival team at home, so I didn't want to have that experience as well either. So I know we weren't going to lose.
For the best access, perspective, and personalities in all of sports, follow us at Fox Sports on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoy that clip, make sure you click subscribe somewhere down here. From game highlights to exclusive interviews and rankings, we've got everything you need as a college football fan right here, College Football on Fox.